Hello, fellow adventurers, explorers, and masters of the vibe. Today, we are in the wilderness. It's a very nice day in the wild to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to survive in a wilderness survival situation. How you doing?
Hello.
As I was saying, today we are surviving in the wilderness. I'm going to be giving you guys some top tier tips and tricks on how to survive if you ever have to survive in a wilderness situation, a wilderness survival situation. So get ready. Tip number 1, make sure you always bring a cameraman with you if you're in a wilderness survival situation. I have mine right here. He is holding the camera at me. Number 2, fun fact, here's a fun quick tip. Here's a useful tip. You can use your shoelaces to keep your shoes tied, like so.
You make a loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking good.
And now your shoes will stay tied when you walk around, like so. As you can see, they're still tied. Number 3! Number 3, make sure that you bring a candle with you. And if you bring a candle with you, make sure you bring something to light the candle with you. Ow, my thingy. As you can see, I lit this candle. Tip number 4, if you're gonna survive in the wilderness, you have to know how to climb trees. You gotta watch me climb trees. Basically what you gotta do, you gotta just like get on it and like, do one of these. And that's how you climb trees. Tip number 5, if you look at these plants right here, these plants are real spiky, so don't step on these. That's tip number 5. Don't eat them either. They have spikes on them, you probably shouldn't eat them. That's what I always say. Mighty pull right there. Tip number 6, if you guys are having to survive in a wilderness survival situation, make sure that you have cell phone service. Because if you don't have cell phone service, it's gonna suck. Here, I'm gonna call my mom right now to show you guys that I have cell phone service. Okay, maybe that was not the best way to show you guys that I have cell phone service, but I definitely do have cell phone service. So tip number 6 is make sure you have cell phone service. Guys, tip number 7 is always be polite and say hi to strangers when you're in a wilderness survival situation. Especially strangers that are wearing neon colored clothing. Tip number 8, everyone, is if you look up there in the sky, in the heavens, you can see that bird's nest. And if you're in a wilderness survival situation, sometimes you might need some food, some quick food. So if I were to reach up there and grab out an egg and then crack it over a pan, cook it, then I would get a really good food source. I can make scrambled eggs really quickly. But I'm not going to do that because I can't reach it. But if I could reach it, that's what I would do. Tip number 8. Go. Always make sure you bring wearing this chapstick. And don't stand in the street either. Tip number 10, explorers. You always want to follow the road signs if you're ever in a wilderness survival situation. So if you see a sign that tells you to do something, you gotta make sure you do it. Like this. Okay, explorers. Tip number 11.
Have a good one.
Tip number 12 is if it gets dark, always bring a flashlight with you. And if you don't have a flashlight with you, make sure you have your phone with you. And tip number 13 is always be friendly to dogs. Like I just did. Dope. Mother Nature vibe. Tip number 14. Always make sure you look for Christmas trees out in the wild. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually find these bad boys just randomly around. They randomly spawn in around the world. Thank you everyone for joining me today on this adventure, and thank you for learning some wilderness exploration, wilderness survival tips. I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Adventures. Boop.